So we're actually back with Midnight Racing Tokyo. It's been a while. The last video I actually uploaded on Midnight Racing Tokyo was in July, and it's December. You know how long that is, right? That's like 5 months without a Midnight Racing Tokyo video. I know, I've let you all down, but we are back with Midnight Racing Tokyo, so it's okay. It's okay. For real now, we are gonna go over the top 5 cars in Midnight Racing Tokyo of 2021. And I have to say, this is my opinion, so if anyone's in the comments like, oh, these cars aren't the best, I understand. It's personally a preference. And I think the last thing to mention before I get into the cars is that I am driving in auto, and I know a lot of people are going to point it out, saying you should be driving in sequential, or you should be driving in manual with clutch, and I just don't understand these comments. The reason I'm driving in auto is so that there's no difference between shifting. It's all done by the game and not me, so if there's any errors then the cars will be unbalanced. I want to balance the cars with the shifting. That's why I drive in auto, so I'll just say that now so you don't have to comment in the comment section like you do on every video why you're driving in automatic. Now let's start the way with, let's get into the top 5. So number 5 on this list is the 2022, what is it? It's GR86, right? It's the GR86, the new GR86. This thing's cool. It drifts pretty well. It's got a good amount of grip in some corners. Like if you want to just grip the corners, you can. If you want to drift the corners, you can, as you can see on screen. And it's got a decent top speed. It's got a decent acceleration. It's just a good all-around car, I think. The things I don't like much about this car is there's so many better alternatives for both grip racing and drift racing that you don't need it all in one car. So, I mean, that's why it's number 5, but it's new, it's really cool, I like it. As for body kits, it's only got one sort of collective body kit. So you got like side skirts, you've got the rear bump, you got the front bump, you got the wing. There's only one of each. That's probably because it's a new car and there's not much to do with it. So, I mean, I can't blame the devs. But keep that in mind when you're customizing cars. Number 4 on this list is the Lancer Evo 9. This thing is cool. Like, it was on my last list, I believe. I think I told you in that video this is also my dream car, so I'm pretty biased. But this car is honestly so good looking. It is so grippy to begin with. Like, for grip racing, this is probably the car that you would want to go with. It has so many body kit presets. It's got a good acceleration and top speed. It's just everything apart from drifting, and that's why it's going to be the highest ranked grippy car on this list. You can see the body kit I have on, and honestly, this car is just so good looking. Like, I don't know how to convey how much I love this car, but you can probably tell from how much I'm talking about it. But yeah, this is probably the best grip car on this list, coming in at number 4. Number 3 on this list is the S15 Silvia. The reason it doesn't have a body kit in this video and it's just stock is because at the time of recording this video, there was a bug that removed body kits from cars. I don't understand why it just did, so I just kept it stock and recorded. So that's why that's stock. But it has a lot of body kit options, like a lot. It's number 3 on this list instead of any higher because the 2 cars above this car honestly are just insane. So it's still a really good car. Like, the Silvia is my go-to drift car in this game. This thing drifts like it's literally nothing. Like, it's insane. The good points about this car is it can be used as a dedicated drift car, meaning you don't have to have an all-in-one grip and drift car. This thing just slides when you want it to slide, basically. And I really like that about this car. This car's really special for that reason. As well as that, as I said earlier, it's got lots of body kits, which is really cool. The customization is pretty in-depth. That's all there really is to this car, and that's coming in at number 3. Number 2 on the list is the Lotus Carlton. Everyone knows this car. Everyone knows this car. Come on. If you play this game, you've driven this car, or are going to drive this car. This thing's crazy in the acceleration, as you can see on the kilometers per hour here at the bottom right. This thing's just climbing. It's just climbing. It's got a high top speed. It's pretty slidey. It's really fun to drive. That's why it's at number 2. There are no body kits for this yet. I don't know if they're gonna add body kits eventually for this car. But honestly, just with how fun this car is alone, it deserves the number 2 spot. If you haven't driven this car yet, I highly suggest you give it a chance. In terms of appearance, I mean, it's a Lotus Carlton. It's pretty cool looking. There's not much else to say about this car really. It's just really, really fun to drive. So yeah, give it a go. That's the number 2 spot on this list. Before we get into the top car on this list, I would like to ask if you could please like and subscribe. We're almost at 800 and only 97% of you are subscribed. So if you can hit that subscribe button, since I do put a lot of effort into my videos, I will really appreciate that. Without further ado, let's get into the top car. The last car on this list is the Lamborghini Diablo, and I know it's a really expensive car. It's not easy to get. But once you're able to, I highly suggest you do. This thing has a crazy amount of customization. You can make it look really good. It's got a high top speed, it's got a high acceleration. Just like the Lotus Carlton, it's just a fun car to drive with lots of customization. So, it's definitely worth the purchase. It's just a good looking car too. Like, even stock, it looks good. As I've said, the stock is because of the glitch. The same one that was affecting the Silvia affected this car, so I don't know why. It should be fixed now, but in this recording it just wasn't. But yeah, this car's just crazy good. It's our number 1 spot, and I hope you agree. That's all for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed the list. Let me know what you think of it and what your list consists of, and if there's anything you would replace with another car, let me know what that other car would be. Also, in the last video on Jailbird loadouts, I said about 97% of you are not subscribed. This is still the case. It's really similar in numbers. It's gone down a little, but I would really appreciate if you could subscribe, since I do put a lot of effort into these videos, and you can join me to see the numbers of subscribers rise and the numbers of not subscribed go down. Anyway, thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, leave a comment on what your lists would consist of, and I'd see you in the next video I do.